we go. Okay. All right, so I'm sticking out here with my other pieces. Okay, so everybody have their myofascial release ball of some kind. Your blocks, strap, sitting on the mat on a bunch of blankets or on the chair on a bunch of blankets so that your spine can come long out of your pelvis. And that's so important. No matter where you're sitting, you want to make sure you're in a position that you can get that movement in your pelvis. I'm going to let you all get situated. We do a little bit of myofascial release before we get started. So let's start with the hands. So Maureen, do you have some kind of a ball? Some kind of a little ball, tennis ball or a little foot rubs ball, anything like that? Just rub it between your hands. Go the opposite direction too, just to give it a little creativity there, make it feel a little different. Go both ways, go maybe 3 one way, 3 the other way. Let Maureen get settled in. And take it to your chest. So you want to get right under the collarbone and massage that chest area. Notice if you have any tightness or tenderness there. Swing the arm on the side that you're working. I don't think you can ever do too much of this self-massage. And go to the other side. Notice how the shoulders are feeling this morning. While you're doing this, just take a little quick assessment of what's going on with your body. If you have any areas that are kind of screaming for your attention or gently calling out. And let's do the ribs. So let's see, Louise, if this might help with some of that loosening, if you have any bruising or scar tissue developing in those rib areas. Just a nice gentle rib, kind of tip over to the side a little bit so you can get into those rib spaces. We sent Maureen on a treasure hunt, didn't we? She hasn't made it back yet. And then go to the other side. If you're ticklish, this probably isn't super pleasant. Oh, get in between those. Any luck there, Maureen? We're almost done anyway. Okay, get around that knee joint. So we did the chest and the ribs and the hands going around the knee, which oddly enough, this is really effective. Go both directions again to get your hand and your brain work in different ways. And get both sides. So these balls you want to keep by your most comfy seat in the house. And do this while you're relaxing too, watching TV, just to give your body a little bit of love and keep that tissue nice and pliable. And we don't get stiff when we're sitting. Now, can you reach your lower back at all? A little bit in the lower back region, low down on the pelvis, and try to get on the side of the spine, not over the spine, but those muscles on the side of the spine. Feels pretty good. And then take it over to the hip. Some people might feel stiff in the morning, and this might feel good to do before you even get out of bed. Roll over onto the other side. If you have that arthritis, sometimes it's just sticky myofascial causing some of the discomfort as well. So try to mitigate some of that. All right, and then put it on your feet and roll it on your feet. So if you're sitting on the mat, just bend your knee and roll the ball under your foot. Try to really get over onto the inner arch and the outer arch, the upper arch and the heel. And then we always try to pick the ball up with our toes just to create a little strengthening on the under part of the foot. Keep those toes curled around, keep the feet flexible and moving. If your feet start getting stiff and you can't take a normal step, that starts to then come up to your knees, to your hips, to your lower back. Everything's connected. And then let's go to the other side. you have any neuropathies in your feet, you're going to notice it big and loud here. Take it across the top arch and the heel, inner arch and outer part of your foot. And then try to pick those toes up, pick the ball up with the toes, curling those toes around it. See if you can't curl them, even if the as if movement, as if you're trying to lift that ball up. Good. All right, and then a little soccer kick out of the way. Don't let it go under the bed. All right, let's assume the position of seated mountain pose. So scoot forward in your chair. Don't get that core to be strong. Sitting on the edge of the chair. Walk the feet slightly ahead of the knees. If you're sitting in Sukhasana, crisscross those legs or come to Baddha Konasana. And then lift long out of the pelvis. Roll the shoulders up a couple of times. Here we're just seeing what that massage on the chest did. See if you can open the chest a little bit more. All right, and then settle into your seated mountain, hands on the thighs, and lift the heart up, space up slightly. And invite the eyes to close as you draw your awareness inward, as if you're a little camera doing a tour of the inner landscape of your body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just scanning your body to see if there continues to be any parts that are still commanding your attention. And listen to your body. If it's saying, don't do this or don't do that today, or be gentle with me in this way, please do that. Let go of the ego part of the body that says, push through pain. That's not helpful. Honor your body without judgment. And one thing that's hard not to have judgment with this week is if you were like me yesterday, I made the mistake of listening to a little bit too much news. And it had a physical effect on my body and an emotional effect on my body. So normally I'm good about limiting. But yesterday I had a breakdown of listening too much and it wasn't healthy. It wasn't good. So I want you to just take a moment to notice if you're honoring yourself and if you're paying enough attention, but not too much. So that you're constantly being barraged by things. So I found this beautiful quote by Wal Kimmerer. And he says, even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us, giving us moments of wonder and joy. I choose joy over despair, not because I have my head in the sand, but because joy is what the earth gives me daily, and I must return the gift. So if we can look at choices that we have. So today's class is about choosing and allowing yourself to be the head of your class, to be the person who chooses whether you choose joy or despair, whether you choose to listen too much or turn the TV off, whether you choose to engage in conversation with people who might feel toxic to you or move away from those conversations, at least now in this time, for your own health and well-being, while not keeping your head in the sand, knowing it's a choice. So just take a moment to ask yourself that inquiry of, where am I in that place of allowing myself to choose what I want? I won't tell you what you want. You figure that out. I need to figure that out myself. And now that we've riled up that nervous system, let's calm it down just a bit with a little deeper belly breath. So taking that breath in through the nose. Allow the side ribs to expand and the belly to pooch out. And then as you exhale, just a letting go. And there are things maybe you can let go of that you choose to let go of. Not because your head is in the sand, but because you choose joy, you choose whatever it is you want to be. Side ribs expanding, exhaling, letting go. Simple letting go. Once you've got the side ribs open a little bit in the belly and that breath rhythm, feeling comfortable in your body, bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. And then we'll take a breath in and lift the hands up to our forehead as you inhale. Open the hands up and just pause the breath as if you're stretching and lengthening that space. Not holding the breath. And when you're ready to exhale, exhale long and slow. That long and slow is what calms the nervous system. And can you pause at the bottom of the breath again, waiting for the need to breathe to occur in your body, and then bring the hands back together. When you're ready to take another breath, inhale, hands up to the forehead. Open the hands up as you pause at the top of that breath. Exhale to your level of comfort, but long and slow, twice as long as the inhale if you can. And then just a little pause at the end of the exhale and bring the hands back together. Inhale, palms lift up. Pause at the top of that breath. Exhale, long and slow. Pausing again. Last one, inhale. Pause. What do you choose in the space? Exhale, letting go. What can you let go of that doesn't bring good stuff in your life? And then pause again. And then just seal that into your heart, that inquiry, that thought, that commitment to yourself. And bow your head to your heart. And lower your hands down to your thighs and blink your eyes open and see what it feels like to turn the corners of the lips up. Bring a smile to your face and think of something positive, something joyful, whether it's a smile of a child or a hug or just something funny that happened. Just remember, we can tell our body that we may be more joyful than we are by just turning those lips up and kind of reflecting that joyfulness in our physical body, and eventually the emotional body will catch up. That's just another strategy. So we've got the ability to choose, we've got the breath work to calm the nervous system, and we've got the way to get the body to release serotonin neurochemicals that when those cheeks lift up, the teeth show, then the body says, ah, that's a smile, I'm going to release some serotonin. All right, so if you can keep a smile on your face for most of the practice, go for it. And then just take those knees side to side, a little bit of movement in the hips. Take the feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. Good. And then settle those legs down, realign your seated mountain as you bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. Or to make your circles with your elbows and assess what's going on in your shoulders. If you can't keep connecting your movement with your breath. Nice. Lift elbows up as high as they'll go. Take your elbows back, down and around. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And one more nice breath in, elbows lift. Exhale, elbows out, back, down and around. Arms down by your side now. And turn your palms towards your chair, fingertips down toward the earth. Spread the fingers wide like starfish. Shoulders up towards the ears. Full breath in and an audible, nice, loud. That's a great anti-anxiety breath. Inhale. Nice and loud. Inhale. Turn those palms up and gather all that is good. Reach the arms up overhead. Gather the good stuff in your life. Bring the palms together and lock it into your heart. Lower the arms back down again. Think specifically now of one really good thing in your life. Oh my gosh, how much you love somebody. Your flower was blooming today. Your coffee was hot. Gather that, all that good stuff, palms together and back down to your heart again. Lock it in there. And last one, inhale, palms together. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Lower that left hand down, reach the right arm up overhead and press up toward heaven, push down toward the earth, stretch and lengthen. If that's too much on the shoulder, come to goalpost and crescent over towards that side, that left side. Now watch those ribs, Louise. If it hurts the ribs too much, you're going to lower the elbow down a little bit. But if you can root down through that sitting bone and lift up from hip to rib. Now gently turn the torso. I can't remember what side you said your ribs were hurting, but turn your torso toward the earth and reach the arm forward, shoulder height. And see if you can get a little more stretch across the back of the ribs. This is one of those poses that if you don't do this, you're not going to stretch that spot. And come back to center, open the arm up to a big Y now. Press the back of the hand down so we're stretching where the shoulder and the chest connect, and then tip over slightly again and press that arm back behind you. That's the Lucy Lomax, big Y. Why does my shoulder do this? Feels good though, sometimes. And then come back to natural, lower the arm down and shake that. Should feel a little heat building up in that shoulder joint area. All right, let's go to the other side. So press up toward heaven, press down toward earth. Connect heaven and earth, connect up and down, connect all in between. So we get the good with the bad, right? So we're kind of in the middle. And then crescent over towards that other side. Oh boy, root that sitting bone back down, open up through your side ribs and through your waistline. And then gently turn the torso toward the earth, stretch the arm forward, arm shoulder height, reach out through those fingers. Feel that stretch in the back body perhaps. And then turn back towards center, open that arm out to the side a bit, big Y, press the back of the hand away from you, tip over a little bit more, not far, just enough to really invite that chest to open. One more breath here. And lower that arm down and roll those shoulders out again. Okay. I'm always studying and looking for new ways of skinning the cat. Oh, I hate that expression. People who love cats, different ways of doing things. So this was an interesting twist option. Now, if you know twists aren't going to feel good, be just very gentle with this, but put your left hand on your left thigh, right fingertips on your shoulder. We're going to lift that elbow up like we were doing earlier. So take a breath in as you lift your right elbow up. And we're going to gently take that elbow back behind us as we turn toward the right and start to look and gaze in the direction of that elbow behind us. And then point the elbow directly behind you as you can. So it's a little more of an open twist. It's more of the thoracic spine than the lumbar spine. Now, those of you who have lumbar spine issues, you're going to take that left knee and allow that to press forward a little bit to take any discomfort out of your lower back. And then lift that elbow back up towards the sky, point it back to center, and bring that right hand onto the thigh. Left fingertips onto the shoulder. Lift the elbow up with an inhale. As you exhale, just sweep that elbow back down and around as you twist toward the left. Take your eye gaze. If you can point it directly at the elbow, fine, but just take it in that direction. Really feel this big thoracic gentle twist. Osteoporosis is got to be super duper careful or not twist if that's what the doctor has told you. One more breath here. And then slowly lifting that elbow back up, follow it with your eye gaze, elbow points forward. Oh. And take the feet wide again, press the hands into the thighs and hinge forward. You'll like stretch across the lower back, head and neck are in alignment. Hands are supporting the weight of the torso. And with the breath now, inhale, lift, lengthen, core draws in, exhale, hinge forward. And then one more time, inhale, and exhale, hinge forward. Nice. Now come back into a cat. So chin to the chest, round the back body, Stretch the hands over the kneecaps, fingers pointing toward the top of the foot. Arms are long and stretched. Feel that stretch across the shoulder blades. As you inhale, lengthen your spine back up, open the arms out to the side, lift your heart space up. And that's your cow pose. Exhale, hands back onto the knees, chin to the chest, round your back into cat. And inhale, open the arms out to the side, lift the head and heart. And let's do that one more time. Exhale, rounding. This is a calming posture, right? And we balance that with an invigorating posture of the cow. But if you're already too fired up, wound up, just stay in a neutral spine. We talk about that a lot. And then bring the hands back onto the thighs. All right, walk your feet back to neutral. And let us just take that leg out to the side. So here you have a couple options. Take that right leg out to the side on your tiptoes and put your hand on the inner side of that leg and open that knee out to the side. Press it out. Notice what you feel about the inner thigh stretch, the outer hip. Hold it out there if you can. Lengthen that spine. We're going to hinge forward over the front. So you're going to enhance that stretch on the inner thigh, keeping up on the ball of the foot if that works for your feet today. So you're really moving from that leg joint. Lift back up, one more breath in, and exhale, hinge forward again. Good. And lift up, walk that foot back, and take the left leg out to the side on tiptoes. Press the hand on the inner thigh of that leg as you open, draw that knee in. Keep your breath connected. Keep your sensation awareness of that outer hip. Now press it out, hold it out there, lengthen, draw the belly in, and hinge forward. Nice flexion of the toes as well, if that's working for your feet today. If not, lower your heel. Inhale, lengthen back up, and exhale, hinge forward. Nice. And reach back up again. Walk that foot back into center, bring your right knee into the chest, make some circles with that ankle. Both ways. And other direction, other leg. Both ways. Beautiful. All right, let's do your sit stand as many times as feels okay in your body. I'd like to push for at least 7. So the feet are behind the knees, hands are on the thighs. So feet are slightly behind the knees, hands on the thighs, hinge forward, nose over toes. Sit and stand. Shift the weight to the heels of the feet and sit down. Can you sit down without a flop? Oh, good. You can scoop yourself up. You can cross those hands over the chest. Nice. You can reach your arms forward. That's the hardest one. Forward or even in like a chair. It requires all leg strength because you're taking the momentum of the arms out of it. 2 more if you can. I'm going to take a break. And we're going to put the chair on that right side. All legs are on the chair and come to your mountain pose or your seated mountain. All righty. Let's see. Okay. I want to just do an energy medicine wake up because if you have any feelings of heaviness, this helps lighten things up a little bit, lighten your mood, lighten your digestion, lighten your groundedness, being able to move forward. This takes away some of that heaviness. All right, so start with your fingers in a little beak position, little beaks. And you're going to go right under the collarbones on either side of the breastbone and tap. Energy medicine breathing is in through the nose and out through an open mouth. So you keep breathing that way, and I'll tell you what you're affecting. This is your kidney meridian that helps to ground your energy. All right. One more. Now onto the breastbone, your thymus gland meridian that helps build your immune system, which we all got to keep our immune system strong. Enhances the T cells, the killer cells. Breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. You stay like this all day. Come to the digestive meridian. This is your spleen meridian that helps you digest what you see, hear, and feel. All right. So if you haven't been eating super healthfully lately, this will serve to help digest that, but serve also as a reminder to feed your body nutritiously, feed your mind and what you watch and see with awareness, and what you hear and say, talking to people who are life affirming for you. All right, and then this is on the orbit of the eye, tapping the orbit of the eye. This is your stomach meridian that gets your energy moving forward in the right way. So this is where we get a little lighter on our feet. This is the work of Donna Falls, Energy Medicine Yoga, taught to me by Jacqueline Fitch, who's doing a book club on energy medicine yoga right now. All right, shake all that off. And just tap your same side, your homolateral movement. When your energy is lethargic, it moves up and down in a homolateral way. We don't want that, so shake that off, shake that off. We want our energy to move in a figure 8. Healthy energy moves in a figure 8. So you can do a little bit of cross crawl with this. If you're feeling a little lethargic in the day, just start tell your energy that moving in this infinity or figure 8 is a good thing and a healthy thing to do. Might lighten your mood a little bit. Got to do everything we can, right? All right. And now let's zip up all that good work. So we put our hands low in our belly, take a breath in up to our chin, sweep it away, get rid of what we don't need. 2 more inhale, nice audible, and 1 more inhale, and lock it in. 1 finger in the navel, 1 in the third eye, press in and up, breathe in. It's almost like an armor, protecting our energy from negative energy that we certainly don't need right now. And then a little bit of loose coat sleeves just to, oh, I'm going backwards. Why am I going backwards? Oh, that was weird. Okay, so the arms swing one way, the torso is the other direction. And let those arms feel heavy. Very nice. All right, and then shake that out as you slow it down. Okay, facing your chair now. Face the chair in your mountain pose. Feet are connected to the earth, grounded and rooted. As you're able to lift and lengthen up towards the sky, press up towards heaven, press down toward earth. Finding the good with the bad. Able to hold both at the same time, and then switch and switch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, switch. 1 more time, inhale and exhale. We are capable of holding both at the same time. Bring the hands onto the side of the chair with that beautiful length and lightness about us. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, hinge from your hip crease. Bring the hands to the back of the chair. Soften the knees just a little bit. Take your awareness to the backs of your thighs and start to press the backs of the thigh bones back, trying to get some length in the hamstrings. The head and neck are in alignment, and draw the front body to the back body to keep the core strong and engaged. Good. Press the hands into the back of the chair, lift back up, reach the arms up overhead, gaze between the hands, hands come down to the heart. And we'll do that again. So inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hip, Hands to the chair, hinge forward. Come halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, deepen that fold, hinging from the hip crease, not rounding the spine. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Beautiful. And one more time in your own breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Bend the knees a lot. Sink the hips and either put your hands onto your thighs to press up or just reach the arms up all the way overhead, palms together, and lower the hands down to the heart. Nice. Holding on to the chair, we're going to put the left foot under the chair, step the right foot back into a lunge. I'm going to do another open twist here with our lunge pose. So if the heel needs some support with a blanket or a rolled up mat on the heel, go ahead and set your foot up so if the toes aren't happy. Squeeze that back glute and press that back thigh bone up. Reach the right arm forward, full breath in, and as you exhale, sweep the arm out in front of you, out to the side actually, and take it back behind you. Palm faces forward, thumb is up, and the eye gaze looks back behind the thumb. Try to keep the pelvis pointing forward if that works. And then bring that arm back forward again. We'll try that one more time now that you know what we're doing. So inhale, lengthen that spine, draw the core in, squeeze the glute. As you exhale, sweep the arm out to the side and back behind. Follow your eye gaze with your thumb. And then bring that hand back to center. Lower the hand down and bring the back foot forward. Make some big circles with your torso. Stay connected with your breath. Beautiful. Other way. You can get jiggy into this. All right, let's put that right foot under the chair and step the left foot back into lunge. Nice wide base of support. And Maureen, if you could step your right foot forward a little bit more so you're not so far away from the chair. And there you go, step your foot, there you go. Squeeze the glute, send that back thigh bone back, reach the left arm forward. Full breath in here. As you exhale, gently start to sweep that arm out to the side and behind you, gazing at the thumb if that works for your neck. And then slowly bring that arm back to front. One more time, inhale, belly draws in, glute squeezes. As you exhale, sweep that arm out to the side and back. Open twist here, and then back to center and forward. Lower the arm down and step the back foot forward. And shake those feet out. All right. Now standing, holding on to your hand on that right side, take your feet out to a nice wide goddess stance. Toes are 45 degrees pointing out. We're going to go straight down. So the knees are going to track over the feet and the tailbone's going to point straight down. Straight down. Notice how that feels in the knees. Open up the pelvic floor. So allow the pelvic floor to relax. And as you exhale, squeeze and lift everything in and up for some pelvic floor strengthening. Inhale, release the pelvic floor as if you're allowing a stream of urine. And as you exhale, squeeze everything in and up, including the glutes. One more time, inhale, release the pelvic floor. Exhale, squeeze. I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. We're going to go back down again. And then if you feel safe to bring the hands onto the thighs, bring the hands onto the thighs. And we're going to stick the butt out as we hinge forward from the hip crease. This is going to give a little bigger. So you still got your knees tracked over your feet. You're pressing your hands onto your thighs, hinging forward for a nice stretch on the inner thigh. Butt sticking out behind, sitting bones are shooting straight back behind you. And then press back up and straighten the knees. Here's your options, okay? Watch first. You can come into that hinging forward, all right? with the sitting bones pointing straight back. Your options here are gather and sew, meaning you have to have the core strength to hold yourself up, hinge forward even a little bit more deeply, gather all from the earth that she gives us, and then straighten the knees and release what you don't need from your own self, okay? So the options are to just keep your hands on your thighs, hinge forward a little bit more, gather, and keep the hands on the thighs to support, because it is a lot of work on that lower back. So you decide, all right? So come to your wide stance with the toes pointing out. Take a full breath in as you bend the knees, tracking the knees over the feet. With the hands on the thighs or the chair for support if you need, hinge forward, sending your sitting bones back. Stay here or release the hands to the earth and gather up all that she gives us. You can bring your hands back onto your thighs to lift back up, or sweep the arms out to the side. Look between the hands, just release. So just kind of shake it off, what you don't need. And then gather again, hands on the thighs or gather and release. I'm going to do it with my hands on my thighs, gather and release. Last one, bending the knees, hinging forward, torso's parallel to the earth, nice stretch in the inner thighs, and then release. Straighten the knees, reach the arms overhead, palms together, and hands come down to the heart. Put your hands over top of your heart. Feel the heart beating just a little bit faster as we're using those bigger muscles. And a biofeedback technique that helps calm the nervous system as well is called breathing through the center of your heart. So take a moment just to imagine that you can breathe directly from your hands into the center of the heart. And as you exhale, breathing out through the center of your heart. Breathing in through the center of your heart and breathing out. And your breath might be a little bit faster, that's okay. Let's just get that biofeedback between hands and heart. Connecting hands and heart. And one beautiful thing to do with this biofeedback technique is to also think about gratitude. Think about something that we talked about earlier, that thing that made you smile, or something that you're truly grateful for. So maybe with a smile on your face, or thinking of something that makes you smile or something you're grateful for. Just breathe that into that space in your heart. Take that into your heart, and as you exhale, just release that and let that bathe out the center of your heart and let it bathe over your whole body. As you breathe in gratitude, as you exhale, let it just wash over you, coming from the center of your heart. And one more nice breath in and release. Nice. And lower the arms down. Shake it out. Okay, everybody doing okay? Yeah, good. Okay. All right, can you find your strap, please? Just like to keep those shoulders working. So take your stand-in mountain pose with your arms at a nice wide grip on the strap, and then try to rip the strap in two. So give it a little bit of tension between so it's nice and tight. Slowly reach the arms to what is a comfortable space for you. So if it stops right here, stop right here. If you can get the arms up overhead, get them overhead. And if you can take them back just a smidgy don't listen for a pop, don't let it get that far. Sometimes people will hear a pop here and you don't want that, all right? So give yourself a nice wide girth and then slowly lower the arms back down. This is all about your awareness and doing what works in your body. So inhale, go to your level of comfort. As you exhale, lower the arms down. Again, you can just metaphorically just bathe yourself in good stuff. Kind of wash it over you. Good. And then next time your arms are up, keep the left arm up, lower the right arm down, and take it back behind you just a bit if that works in your shoulders today. And then we'll switch. Keep offering a little bit of tension on the strap. Good. All right, now bring the strap kind of around your shoulder, release your arms. Make a wide stance. If you need the chair to hold on to for warrior two, go ahead and you still got that chair on the right side. We're going to turn our right toes under the chair and kick that left heel back just a little bit. So you pop up on the ball of that left toe and send your heel back just a smidge. Collarbones are going to face forward. The most important thing is that the knees are happy. Lengthen up, and just like with goddess pose, we're going to go straight down. That tailbone's going to go straight down as you take a bend to that front knee. And you see how the chair blocks my knee so that my knee is directly over my ankle. All right, hold on to your strap again, and sweep the arms out to the side. And the strap is now a little bit behind the shoulders. All right, and gaze over your left fingertips. Nice. Lower the right hand down, the left hand down, reach the right arm up. And if you need to shorten the strap a little bit to get a little more stretch throughout that left side body. So I'm pulling a little bit firmer with my left hand as my right arm is getting a nice stretch back, opening up through those side ribs. Good. And then bring that strap back to center. Might need to give yourself more girth. And then straighten the knee, lower the arms. If you need to turn around for the support of the chair, turn around. But if not, take those left toes under the chair. Kick the right heel back. So those left toes are nice and under the chair. Kick the right heel back slightly. Good. Collarbones face forward. Take a gentle bend to that front knee. Sweep the arms out to the side if that's available for you today. Give a little pull, little stretch, lift them up a little higher than the shoulder. See how that feels. And then slowly lower your right arm down and use that strap to help pull the left arm up. You may have to walk up that strap just a little bit so you get a little more stretch. You might feel this in your pelvis region, in the side ribs. Careful, Louise, with those ribs. One more breath. Beautiful. And then come back to your warrior two. Look over those fingertips. Straighten the knee and lower the arms down and heel toe walk your feet back together. Nice. Okay. All right, let's get the strap out of the way. All right, and one more thing I want to do. This is called X's and O's. Let me just show you what that looks like. You're either going to use the chair to act as a support. You're going to hinge forward just a little bit into a little ball. And that's your O. So I would be hands on the thighs as an option two into an O. And I'm going to take this left side and straighten the knees and step the arm and the leg out to the side. And then come back to an O and go the other direction. All right, so if you're using the chair, same thing. You just step off to the side of the mat, come back to your little O and stretch out. If you're in the chair, it's just a hinging forward, hands on the thighs, and then press out to the side. Okay? You don't have to get the legs straight, just take it out to the side for a little hip movement. Okay? So you got lots of options. You choose which one works best for you. So let's do 3 sets of X's and O's. Some of you already been doing them, so you're getting a lot more in there. This is to build strength. It's also to help with agility, and it's a little bit of a balance challenge as well. So start in seated mountain. Bend the knees a lot, hands rest onto the thighs. Hinge forward, the spine is still straight. I'm not rounding my back, okay, even though I said O. Press the hands into the thighs, step those left arms out to the side for X. Maybe you can bring both arms out actually, X. And then come back to your O, hands on the thighs, and go the other direction, X and O. Good, let's go out to the left, X, and step the foot forward, hinge back forward into your ball. Step to the right, X, and O. One more time. If you're on the chair, you're going to stay holding on, step out, X, and back to the chair, and other side. Good, and step back. All right, we're going to revisit that lying down. So I know you're excited too. Okay, let's get down on our backs. Okay, well, actually I do. No, let's get down on our backs. That's fine. Let's get down on our backs. Got lots we can do. Using your blanket, should you need one. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer to myself here. Yeah, that's good. Everybody doing okay? Yep. All right. What do I find I'm doing a lot now because of masks? I'm always waving to people. I go up to buy something at a counter and I wave to her. I notice I'm doing that a lot lately. And they always wave back. Kind of funny. All righty. Woo, where does your body take a sigh? Where do you feel the release? Let's take a moment to notice. You bring that smile to your lips. Find your breath. Nice. All right, bring one or both knees into the chest. And those of you who like to use a strap, we're going to be doing a lot of Apanasana. So if you like to have a strap, I would say place it underneath your thighs and just offer a little bit of support as you hold on to the strap, bringing the knees into the chest. We're going to see a lot of Apanasana today. Okay. Rock side to side gently. Good. And then hands on the knees, feet are together. Take the knees away from each other. You can keep the strap there. It's not going to hurt anything. Toes are together, hands are on the knees, fingers pointing toward the feet. And then take your rowing the other direction, so opening up through that hip joint. All right. Now put the feet down and just put one strap under one thigh. I mean, put the strap under just your left thigh. Your right thigh. Put the strap just under your right thigh. And once you've got it there, just start to use the strap to support the leg and lift and lower that leg down a bit. Just get a little stretch in the hamstring. Flex the foot. Go as slow or as fast as feels good in your body. But when you get that leg extended, take a little pause and see if you can press out through the heel of the foot, like you're trying to push a button with your heel and you can't quite reach it. So you're trying to get a little bit longer there. Couple more. Nice. All right, bend the knee and take it out to the side. Use the strap still and extend it out to the side. This strap is pretty nice. Usually I have you use your hand as a kickstand, but I'm kind of digging this strap. If you prefer your hand under your thigh with your elbow as a kickstand, that is completely an option as well. Or you can do both. I'm doing both right now. Judy, you know what I'm talking about? I can't hear you. You're muted, Judy, if you're talking to me. All right, back to center. And then take it over to the other leg. So strap or hands behind the left leg, start to extend and bend. Extend and bend, the other knee is bent. The right foot is still on the floor with the knee bent. I'm pressing out through the heel of my left foot, trying to push that button. So pause a little bit, try to lift up a little bit higher. Couple more. Good for the knee joint, grease up the knee joint. Good for the quad to strengthen the quad. Good for the hamstring to lengthen the hamstring. Hold it up there for a sec. Hold it up there, press that button, pull the strap towards you, get a little more length in that hamstring. Good. And then bend that knee again, take that knee out to the left side. Right knee is still bent. And take that leg out to the diagonal. Again, take your time, there's no race here. You can hold it, the strap on your foot, under your thigh. You can use your right hand to hold the strap, your left hand underneath your thigh with your elbow as a kickstand. You guys have been through this so many times, you know the routine. Okay, all right, and last time. All right, now put both straps on the strap under both thighs again. Put your feet on the floor. And we're going to do a little flow with this. So I've got this, I'm holding on to the strap with my, the backs of my thighs are touching the strap. And then just using the strap as a little support, I'm going to just rock the knee side to side, just a few inches. This is really good to release the lower back. My feet are together, my knees are together, and just rocking gently side to side. And this again releases the muscles of the lower back. Find your breath, breathe in and out, no rush, take your time. All right, slow those knees down. Now use the strap to help draw the knees into the chest. See how it feels now. Flex your feet. See how it feels to take both legs up toward the ceiling. Feet are standing on the ceiling. Bend the knees and lower the feet back down to the floor. Use a little core strength. You're using the strap to assist. Knees back into the chest, strap or no strap. Knees up towards, feet up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees now, back to Apanasana, and lower the feet down to the floor. Strap is supporting, helping with that core. Any lower back pain, don't lower your feet down to the floor, just keep them into the chest. Let's do that again. Knees into chest, feet toward the sky, knees into the chest, feet on the floor. All right, with the breath now, inhale to prepare. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, feet to the sky. Exhale, back to Apanasana. Inhale, feet to the floor. Last one, inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, feet to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, feet to the floor. Beautiful. All right. All right, take a moment, just notice back's okay. All right, next one we're gonna do is, it's called ball to bridge. All right, so we're gonna start with using the strap and then I'll show you a way to include your arms as well if you don't wanna use the strap. All right, first thing is knees to the chest with the strap. Exhale, feet to the floor. Inhale, hips lift up into bridge. So the feet are hip width distance apart. You're bearing more weight on the heels of the feet, lifting those hips and torso. And you can even use a strap to help lift those thighs up. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower back down and then bring those knees back into the chest. All right, so let's try that again. So feet are on the floor. All right, inhale to prepare. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, feet to the floor. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, lower hips. Exhale, knee to chest into the ball. Inhale, feet to the floor. Exhale, hips lift, bridge. Inhale, lower hips. Exhale, knee to the chest. Exhale, inhale, feet down. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, hips lower. Exhale, knee to chest. Lower the feet back down. Now, if you don't need, you can continue to do that, or if you'd like to use your arms, you're going to take your arms out to the side or overhead, whatever feels better in your shoulders. All right, see how that feels. Decide where you want your arms to go. Once you've decided that, lower them back down. All right, if you know that it felt perfectly fine doing what you were just doing with the strap, keep using the strap. If you don't want to use the strap and you're going to use more arms, follow along. So inhale, knees to chest, arms overhead. Exhale, arms lower, feet down. Inhale, arms overhead, hips lift. Exhale, hips down, arms down. Breath in, knees to chest, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, feet down. Inhale, hips lift, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, hips down. One more time. Inhale, knee to chest, arms overhead. Exhale, feet down, arms down. Inhale, hips lift, arms overhead. Exhale, hips down, arms down. Rock the knees gently side to side. Good. Okay. All right, now, here we go again with our X's and O's. I told you there'd be a lot of Apanasana today. So bring the knees in toward the chest, holding on with the strap. That's your O. Don't bring the nose toward the knee. That's too much on the cervical spine. Lower the feet down and slide the feet wide into an X and take the arms out to a nice, out to the side, like star pose, into a big X. So your options here are to, and then bring the knees, slide the feet, the heels back up, feet back on the floor, knees bent. So your options are to just go with the legs, O, feet down, slide the legs down into X, and then slide the feet back onto the, into constructive rest, and then bring the knees back into the chest. Your option is to only do legs, all right? So you're using the strap to help support this movement, or let go of the strap and take the arms out through a big X, and then slowly slide the feet up and wrap yourself into an O. Lower the feet down, slide into an X, arms up overhead into a big wide X, so they're out to the side diagonally, and then heels back together, give yourself an O. And last one, X and O. Ooh, let's do one more, that felt pretty good. X and O. And then give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. That is good core strengthening, good hip movement, shoulder movement, something you can even do in bed, you know, as part of your wake up routine. Okay, all right. So bring the right leg into the, you can use your strap with the right leg into the chest, holding on to the underside of your right thigh with your strap. And keep the right knee in the direction of the right shoulder. So take it out to that right side a bit. Keep the thigh bone where it is and just lift the foot up toward the sky. So now you're in a one-legged happy baby or a one-legged lunge, and you're holding on to your leg with the strap. That left leg has choices. It can stay right where it is. It can come in towards your chest and extend up toward the sky. And then slowly lower that leg down or tap it down to the floor, depending on what your body feels better doing. And either slide the heel down to the short end of the mat or just slowly lower it down. And then if the left shoulder is open, you can take it straight ahead in front of you or reach the arm up overhead. So now we're into a one-legged reclining lunge. All right, bend that left knee, lower the right leg back down to the floor. Then we'll go to the other side. Did that not make sense to anybody? We can try that again. That didn't make sense. Okay, so we've got both knees flat on the floor. Going to bring the left knee in toward the chest. You can use a strap around the underside of the left thigh if you choose, or just hold on to it with your hands. Take that right knee, point it in the direction of your right shoulder. So you're just taking, left shoulder. So you're just taking it out to the left side a little bit. Keep the thigh bone stable. Don't move the thigh bone, but lift the foot up toward the sky. So the knee is still bent, right? This is like a one-legged happy baby. Now, depending on your right leg and what you want to do, you can either just keep it where it is, or you can bring it in towards your chest, right leg into the chest, extend the right leg toward the sky. All right, and then slowly lower it down to the floor, or if that's too much on your back, just bend the knee again, tap the foot on the floor and slide your leg down. So your right leg is straight toward the short end of the mat. You can hover it or you can rest it on the floor. So many options. And then that right arm can point straight ahead toward the ceiling or reach on overhead. So it's a big stretch on that right side of the body. And you're going, this is extra gentle yoga. Are you kidding me? But what you have to do is listen to the options and not feel like you have to move into any expression of the pose. Listen to your body for what works. Right, lower the arm down, bend the right knee, and lower the left foot back down to the floor. Rock those knees gently side to side. Okay. Take your feet as wide as the mat and the arms out to a T. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, wide as the mat. And slowly rock the knees toward the right side and look over your left shoulder. I'll just pause here for a moment. If you need to support your legs on a pillow or a bolster or blocks, go ahead and do that. You're really opening up through that left side of your body. Look over your left shoulder if you can. Good. Lift your left knee up, followed by your right knee. Realign your spine, knees into the chest if you want. And then lower your feet back down to as wide as the mat and drop the knees toward the left as you look over your right shoulder. And slowly lift the top knee, followed by the bottom knee. Bring your feet back together, align the spine, and then do your prana response. Do what feels good in your body. Whatever your body still says it needs to do before coming to Shavasana. Might be a full body stretch or a full happy baby. You really opened up your hips to be able to do a full happy baby if you like. Holding on to the pinky toe side of your feet. Perfect, Jenna. Good. Nice, everybody. Nice. Good. Take your time. And then when you feel ready, let's settle into a nice Shavasana. I'm going to do a little progressive relaxation. We have an extra minute or two, so I'd like to walk you through a progressive relaxation with your exhalations. You'll have a nice 6 minutes or so to really enjoy the Shavasana, okay? Because you worked hard today, and I want to hear after practice if it was okay or too much. All right, so think about how your body feels now. Connect with your breath. So take a breath in through the nose and out through an open mouth, just to release any lingering tension. I'll offer you now the grace breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose now. As you breathe in through your nose, simply feel the physical sensation of the air moving into the nostrils, from the tip of the nose and into the nostrils, down the throat and into the lungs. Just feel the physical sensation of the in-breath. Don't worry about the out-breath. The coolness of the air, the tickle of the nose, the warmth as the air. And then as you exhale, just simply pay attention to the physical sensations of the body resting on the earth. Feel the support of the body on the earth. So as you breathe in, you feel the physical sensation of the air. And as you exhale, you simply notice the support of the earth holding you up, almost cradled, supported. Knowing that in this present moment, there is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to be doing. Now connecting with your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Your natural, normal breath, not trying to change the breath. Just notice the beautiful, natural rhythm of your breath. Inviting it to be easeful and calm. And as I direct you to a certain part of your body, use your natural, easeful exhalation to soften the space that I mentioned. So we'll start with the crown of the head. With each exhalation, just allow the muscles of the face and the skull to soften. The forehead, the temples, soften the space between the eyes, unfurrowing the brow. Put space between the teeth so the jaw can relax. The tongue feels plump and moist in the mouth. Take your awareness to the back of the skull and the neck and across the shoulders. Allowing the shoulder bones to release toward the earth, feel heavy. Softening the muscles of the arms, the upper arm, the forearm, an unfurling of the fingers. Visualizing a waterfall of any worries or burdens trickling from the shoulders, cascading down the arms and off the fingertips. Inviting an awareness to the throat. Softening the things said and unsaid. Releasing a need to say anything at all. The throat is soft and easy. Swallowing gentle and natural. Continuing to use your awareness of your exhalation that supports you also to soften the muscles of the front of the body, the ribs, and the belly. All that we have to digest that we see and hear and feel. Just letting it all be there, holding it in gentle presence. Noticing the back body, the upper back. Letting the shoulder blades release and be heavy. The middle back. Softening the muscles of the lower back. All the way to the pelvis. Allowing the buttocks to be soft into the earth. And the hips to feel heavy. Hip flexors to soften. Continuing to allow the exhalation to support us as we release the thigh bones away from the grip of the muscle of the thigh. The thighs feel heavy, softening the upper thigh, the hamstrings, the knees, the shins, calves, ankles and feet. A whole wave of relaxation from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. If you're feeling relaxed and would like to stay in Shavasana for a bit longer, please know that it's perfectly fine to do so, and you can turn off your video. But if you feel ready to come back into this space, renewed and refreshed, full of that which is good in your life, start first with a full, rich breath in, long, slow breath out. Begin to awaken your body back into the physical space, wiggling fingers, gently wiggling toes, turning your head softly side to side. To rotate your ankles and rotate your wrists. Reach the arms overhead as you bend the knees, rocking the knees side to side. And slowly take your time, rolling over onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a moment to just notice any transition. Finding gratitude for your yoga practice today. Know that you have the capacity to do whatever you need to do in your body for yourself and for your well-being. And if you choose, press the hands into the earth. Come to a seat that's comfortable for you. Unmuting yourself if you'd like to join us in the sound of ohms. We send each other off. Take a full breath in.